Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Atlassian Clinic. I am your doctor, Bryan Guffey, and I'm so thrilled to be here with all of you today. Let's make sure that everything's live and streaming. All right. Hello, folks. Hello. Is LinkedIn up and running? I see we have a few people at LinkedIn. Interesting. I still see 4 people waiting. All right, I'll have to monitor good old YouTube manually because of the way that this works, but I should be able to read all of your LinkedIn stuff. Waiting on anybody showing up. This is expected and technical. Cool. All right, so hey, Amanda. Hey, Bandit. All right, I'm starting to see some folks. This is good. Waiting for comments to come through all the way here, though, for some reason. Oh, they won't come through from YouTube because of the weird way things are happening today. That's okay. Just making sure that I've got a clear line to the chat. Cool. I see Amanda and Bandit. We're going full sort of fun Hawaiian today to have a good time. Putting everything in its place. This is my first time live streaming like this. I guess I used to do Facebook Live, but that was a long time ago. So, like, it'll be different. Okay, so let me go grab the questions that we got from folks already. Try to figure out how to put everything so I see everything correctly. That's a fun experience. Why are there so many windows involved in this? Okay. In downloads folder. I mean, young folks are here. So, okay, we got like these great questions. Let me just make this a little bigger here and let me go ahead and wrap around. Excellent. My dogs are throwing an absolute fit. You guys probably can't hear, but that's all right. Okay, so I got a couple of you here. Amanda, Bandit Fist. I don't see anybody else yet. I'm gonna go check on LinkedIn really quick. Make sure. No comments there. This is what happens when you do your very first thing here. And it might just take a little bit for everybody to show up. Also, LinkedIn looks like it's a million years behind speed-wise, which is wild. All right. Oh, Atlassian had it at 2 p.m. CST. That's weird. Okay. I'm going to send a note out to folks and let them know right now. I'll have to figure out what I did because I'm sure that was me that ultimately did that. Oh, 2 hours ago? My goodness. Machines. I don't understand how that happened, but yeah, we'll have to see if we do get people to come back or not. Let me grab the link. Oh, I do see that now. Damn. I'm now fighting with the Bevy dashboard, which is, of course, just a joy. Like, where is the freaking... Oh my gosh, switch back to the legacy dashboard. Well, we'll hang out and see if people show up. Like, not anything else I'm doing. Anything y'all want to talk about? Anything y'all want to see? You're the people here. There we go. Those are also... All right, we have to go all the way back. The way this system works. There we go. The marketing training materials. That's a good question, Amanda. Let's see here. Let's see what we can pull up. All right, let me just get this out. Let's look at those marketing materials. Okay. Oh my gosh, Bevy, you're like the worst machine ever. Hey, listen, it's totally fine. I can't get the freaking things to work correctly. So like we're just finding with tooling today, left and right. What we got marketing wise. Let's see here. Let's go back to this, over to this view. Just bringing something up, and then I will share it and we will talk through it. See what we've got. I mean, the templates for marketing are pretty good. Like honestly, inside Jira, if anything would load at this moment, it would be so joyful. I can't even tell you. This is wild. Is this what it's like to be a live streamer? Because this seems terrible. Like things don't work. I'm just currently deeply unimpressed by StreamYard. Okay. I mean, if we go here and we go to the dashboard, okay, I got the clinic email off. Now I'm going to close that window. Alrighty, let's take a look here. There we go. What have we got? Of the project created using Mark Tim, passing off ownership to someone new. Any good training? Okay, actually, I do know of some good training resources. And what I would actually recommend in this case is where we've all, well, again, it all depends on what it will let me do today, since it just doesn't seem to let me type anywhere. Let's actually go to YouTube. Oh my gosh. Let's try something here. There we go. I want to pull up who I actually think might be best for this. I know Rob has done a bunch of training. I think, let's just check here. Oh, surprising. I thought he had something there. Let's see here. Something, resources that are more basic. All right. So Confluence. This is for Jira. Or also Confluence. There's Jira, right? So using Jira for content creation planning. Okay. That's what I thought. I figured it's very possible that a couple of folks had done some stuff here. Great, excellent. So it looks like Alex has done one, how to use Jira for content creators, which will probably talk about Jira work management, but it'll also be great for just in general. And then there's how to make content production in Jira. These will probably be really good for people, because a lot of people love to use, look at this, how to use Jira for video production process management. Ooh, that's nice. We'll have to put together a little playlist for this stuff. There we go. Here's the one I was looking for. And Alex has got one, a whole hour, Jira for marketers. So project planning and scheduling. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is good. Like, it looks like we've got, hey, Rob. Hey, Rob, good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, Rob has got some stuff. Rob, have you done stuff specifically on uh, marketing completely? So I see that Alex has like a set of things for Jira for marketers. I was wondering if you have some stuff as well. There he is. Hey, Rob. I'm learning what it's like to have to do streaming, and this is wild. This is absolutely wild. I don't have enough windows. I don't have enough space. My computer is like chugging. I'm gonna have to switch to my Mac Studio the next time. Um, but Confluence databases for marketers. Okay, great. And it looks like Alex has a few things. And what we can do actually, why don't I do this? Let's go to oh, these are ancient, right? Those are my old. Okay, I want to manage my videos. No, I'm just gonna. Okay, I don't know how to do. I'm gonna put together. Nope. Cool. We'll figure it out. I don't know how any of this works yet. I'm gonna make some playlists for the stuff that you're looking for, so that way, if you come looking for it, then you can just go grab it. So that'll be nice. Yes, because Rob, tell him why you're gonna have more time next week. Oh, here's some. Oh, Visor did one. Oh, that's great. Oh, a bunch of folks got stuff in here. And I actually love this one here, which is this looks like somebody, oh, from Moser. Weirdly specific Jira use cases. Marketing teams getting projects done. Great, great, great. So there will be some great things to start off with. Oh yeah, Grit's got a bunch of stuff there. It's good stuff. I don't know who that is, mastering Jira for marketing. It's 1 minute. It can't have enough information there. Oh, the Jira bro. Jira for marketing specialist. And I always say look across the different folks because you never know what's going to work for one group and then another group. So it's always just good to sort of have the different things in your back pocket to share with them. It's true. That's a really good point, Rob. And one thing that I would point out when we talk about Jira feeling intimidating in comparison is that's not what I want to be showing. I want to be over here. Bye, Alex. Bye, Rob. Here we go. Let's get into Jira really quick here. Yes, products are now apps. Everything's changing. We're all so excited about how fast it's all changing. Um, Jira. Nope, that's not the Jira I wanted to be in either. Yes, exactly. So if we're in, I'm just going to get back to the right Jira I want to be in, which is one of these. That's the one. Brand new Jira project. Spun this up with one Atlassian to take a look. Yeah. Oh, projects are now spaces. Issues are now work items. Apps are now apps. Um, so there's a lot going on. Also, why is it using my Wi-Fi when I'm literally plugged into the internet? But I'm also terrified to like turn off the Wi-Fi because then what will happen? Will it like go crazy? Okay, look, here's some marketing stuff that's going on here. Like, let's open up the marketing content project. So a couple of things that I often start with, right? So somebody comes in here, even this might be a lot for them. So let's do some fun stuff. We're hiding roadmaps. We're gonna hide. What else do we want to hide? Let's see. Probably we don't need operations over here. Probably we don't need teams at the moment. Plans can probably go. Okay, now things look a little less intimidating over there, right? So now we're in here. And then the other thing is to show folks, I think, some really great things like the calendar. So now they can see, I don't know why every single thing needs a forever date because that's how Atlassian set this up. But um, just that one change for folks. And then also it might be that they like a particular view. Let's fix some of these things. Let's add a field in here. Oh no. Bandit, who are you? Who's Bandit Fist? That's what I want to know. Oh, this is the other really fun thing. When you have one Atlassian create you projects or create sites, all of the dates are old. Nothing's new. Which seems like a mistake of some sort. Start date. Well, that's start date, due date. Okay, due dates are in the future. Okay, and then we've got some, but why is everything so long in the future? Let's make some updates and make some of these things much sooner. There we go. Let's do July 4th. Let's do June 25th. That's at the past. Because when you bring people into one of these systems, one of the things that you want to be really aware of is that the first impression is everything. So get in there, make sure you set up things the way that they need them, or you think they're going to be most amenable for originally, so that when they get in there, they can see something that feels accessible to them, and then they're able to grow from there. Because otherwise, they will bounce off it and not come back. Oh yes, cheese. That's like an old classic one. I forgot about that. Okay, move it over here. Start date and due date. Now, if I go look at the calendar, why is this thing so long? Why are we in 2026? Honestly, Atlassian, I need to have a conversation with you. Who built this? Who can't give me 29 tasks all on the same day? What are you doing to me? Huh. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Because it says 39 issues on the board, right? Or on the calendar. Or that means 33? And you're telling me, I just want to say, you're telling me that this is 33? That's not 33. Where's the rest of them? That's wild. But yeah, getting things into a state where everybody, oh, I know what's happening probably over here. List view over here, expand all items. There we go. There's my hidden ones. Welcome to the Atlassian progressive interface, in which we hide things but don't tell you how to find them. I have no idea if there's any more people anywhere at this point. There's live chat. Man. I don't know if we're going to get everybody back. Apparently, Rob, I started this thing 2 hours later than I meant to. I don't know. Should we go look at talent? Like, should we go check out what talent looks like? Because I have no idea. Oh, the like and subscribe pop-up is over my head. That's amazing. Let me fix that. Oh. How do you... There we go. Now you can see my face. All right, well, I'm going to go check out talent because I don't know what it's like. Let's take a look. What's in talent? Ooh. Optimize your workforce for today and tomorrow. Sync with your HRIS tool to manage positions. Connect people to strategic priorities to align your workforce with business goals. Yeah. Position. Funded headcount that represents a role or a job that can be filled by a worker. Focus areas. Strategic priorities and investments. Allocations. The distribution of positions across focus areas. It can be assigned either in bulk or individually. Ooh, we can set up a connector, like your Workday connector. Interesting. To import your worker data from your HR tool into Talent. I guess I'm going to go find out at some point what HR tools connect to Talent and which ones can I get free trials for. Because how do I connect HRIS data? Well, let's see. What are our options? Is it just Workday today? It might be. HRIS connector. Yeah, probably. It looks like maybe Workday's the very first one. Interesting. So that limits who it's successful for at the moment. I'm sure there should be others coming soon besides Workday. Microsoft has some big product that should do some of this. But let's come back here. So there's not much we can look at in talent. That's interesting. So we can who can allocate positions to focus areas, set the restricted and private fields, because obviously we're working with HR data now. That's good. What's back here? Set up focus. All right, then we're going to bring focus in here so we can give it the focus areas. That's interesting, right? Because you can look all of our positions, how many aren't filled. So they gave us some data here to play with, which is great. So like 213 roles in sustainability. Visualize your organization. Let's take a look. All the positions here. Okay, so we can see the ones that are filled. We can see the ones that are not filled. I'd like it if these like did things. But, maybe I'm asking too much. Oh, these just sort too? That's fun. But here we go. Add filter. Status. Not filled. There we go. 135 positions not filled. We can do them by reporting line now. Oh, I'm the CEO. Look at me being the CEO. How exciting. What? Oh, we're all chief executive officers? Oh, there's the chief financial officer. Okay, I see this now. Then we can go take a look at this by focus area. There should be focuses already. Yes, exactly. Okay, innovation. You break down your goals here. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Look at that. Good, 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 good. So we bring all this in here. Let's go back. Yeah, I think talent at the moment is relatively simple. What about focus? Anybody looked at focus yet? All right. Focus areas, goals, work, project like assets that break down the effort, like positions, and funds. We don't have funds yet. That's coming soon. That's a big deal. All right. Focus areas are your strategies. Use the resources below to learn how to organize strategies or utilize this quick start guide so we can set up our strategy, company strategy. Big rocks. Don't we all love big rocks, friends? Who doesn't love a big rock? It's just me here. Oh, this is a good time. Hey. Well, I know more folks will come at some point. It's the reality of life when you start 2 hours late accidentally. Yeah. Well, I will keep my eyes on and open to see who pops in. Let's see here. Interesting. Let me try this now. What happens if we turn off the Wi-Fi? Nobody's around. Interesting. Well, you know what? Let's have a good time here. So let's open Cursor. Which one is this? Okay. Okay. Mm. I thought that changed. Let's go look at the change log. Right. So Forge now runs on node 22. Now supports node 22. Right. Okie dokie. So let's do. Hey, Susan, no problem. Really glad to have you here. All right. It's all right. It's been pretty quiet actually because um, I am happy to see you here and would love to hear about anything that you would like to chat about. Oh, I got you here. I have a question that you gave us. All right. If appropriate for this event, let me actually do this so that everybody can read what you wrote. Okay. Too many characters. Not a problem. So what Susan asked was, if appropriate for this event, I'd like to know if there's a way to dynamically add a value to a drop-down list in a company-managed cloud-based project. Specifically, if an option is missing from the drop-down list, which is generated from a custom field context, I've provided an other text field for the reporter to enter a value. Once the form is submitted, I get an email to manually add that value to the custom field context, select that value in the updated dropdown list in the work item, and delete the value in the other text field. It's a drag. And if I don't add that new value to the field context in time, things will fail as the process continues. It's a drag. Okay. I actually think there's probably a way to solve this, Susan. Let me start by doing what I always do, which is a little bit of research. Okay. Is this, Susan, let's start with this. Is this let's see, company managed project? Is this Jira software or Jira service management? Perfect. So, next question, is this on a form or is this on the request type directly? Okay, let me think about this. It's on a form with a field linked to the custom field. Excellent. Okay. So there is a function in Jira Service Management Cloud. Okay. So the best way to do this, so this is fun. This is fun. External data connections for Jira Forms. And it's linked to a field though. So part of what we want to do here is we want to Okay, let's think this through here. Let's get into Jira. Okay. In Jira. Just want to start here and I want to check something on what we have for automation rules. Because things change so often that it's not something that you can just sort of like remember all on your own. So, thank you. So, when we're going to be just for fun at the moment, because the important part is mainly that I'm going to look at what the actions are. Yeah, okay, I know what we can do. There's a couple of things we can actually do here. Okay, so we're going to let's get going here. Okay, so we're going to go all right, this is a single select drop-down field, right? I'm just checking again what we've got here. The drop-down field. Okay, missing from the drop-down field. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay. Okay, Susan. So, oh, Rob, yeah, you're number 3 now. Sorry. I'll actually go back to colors because one thing I want us to do here is just to make sure we're going to create a separate context here. Ah, all right. Let's put these. Too many any issue type. We'll leave it there for now. And we'll do that. And in this context, we've got it sounded fun to it's always interesting when there's like half of a new UI implemented. And Susan, I assume that the other field is just a straight up text field, correct? That's just what would make sense to me. Other text field, yes, for the reporter to enter a value. So back to custom fields. Cool. Ah. Well, I actually probably should have put that on the other one too. It just made me think about that. Okay, so let me just make sure about colors too. Okay, so now let's go back to the project. Oh yeah, how do we even get back anymore? It does just take me back. That's so nice of it. Okay, great. So now let's just take a look here. Let's look at project settings. Okay. Why does it remove it from the work item view? That's weird. I don't understand that. Why do some of them get... Anybody know why that's the case? But anyway, it's supposed to be on the form. So, oh, I see what's happening here. That's already attached form. Edit the form. Ah, request item and work item view. Goodness. Okay. Okay, so let's add a field. Yep, got it. Cool. And then we're going to go. And Susan, if they don't need to fill out. Do they need to fill out the field if there's another color? Like if other is going to be the option, do they need to add anything, or do they need to select colors? Great. Oh, Susan, you still there? Am I missing chats coming through already? Let me see. Oh, so many things. Oh, right, you're here. Okay, cool. Hi, Amy. Thanks. Susan, there's a text field other color. They just type it in. Okay, cool. Great. So here we are. We've got other color. It's linked. Here's this form. So what we want to do is if the color doesn't exist here and they put it in here, we want to automatically add it to the context that is in colors. And then we want to come back and we want to get rid of what's in the other one. Okay. So the next step is we're going to head over to automation. And what we're going to do with automation is that we are going to create a new automation rule. Cool. Let's continue editing that one. when value changes. So that's going to be other. Either one. It doesn't really matter. Probably create item. We'll call it there at that point. Then what's our action going to do? And what our action is going to do is this is where the key is. Oh, what is this called? I always forget the words that they use. Because send web request. Because what we're going to do, Susan, all right, we want no, that's not the one I want. Issue custom field options. Yes. Here's the deal. All right, so we're going to use this API call. I'm going to store them here. Hold on one second. I don't need the whole thing. I just wanted this part. Great, because I'm going to add I'm going to get the field ID and the context ID. Yeah. What's the structure of this? Details of the options to update. Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. Yep, I understand how this is going to work here. I'm going to need these pieces. I'm going to need these pieces of information here. Because we're also going to get custom field options context first. That's the other part we're going to do is this. It's a get, it's the same call, so we got a get and a put. For the get, all we have to do is call it. We don't need to do all of the extra fun things in terms of we're sending anything back, because what we're going to do is, now that we have those two, the other thing we're going to do is, that we can do directly in the regular field values apps. That's not available anywhere else. So context is not, we already know how to, we're going to call the context. That's cool. So then what we're going to do here too is we're going to want an update custom field. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. And okay, that's the whole trash. We don't want that. Let me think about it. Do we need, no, we don't need update custom field. We did the options. There we go. We're down here now. Well, we can do edit issue and all that stuff and do the fields in standard automation. Okay, great. Where do we store API calls? Absolutely. Here's where it is. Let me show you. Okie doke. How do I store API calls? I can actually put them. So what I start with is that I can create the web request URL here. So I store the initial outbound call in Jira. And then what I do is I get the value. It returns back here. So I can get web response body. And then I can do this where I go, then add an action. And I'm going to do create a variable. And the variable is going to have the web response body in it. But also in the same automation, I can go ahead and just call the web response body later. So initially what I'm going to do is set this one up. So let me go grab my notes. And also there's like a weird rule about the way that this works these days with Atlassian web requests. It's like you have to call them in different ways based on where you're calling them from. Yeah, this is a yep, okay. Right, but let me go back to the API now. And this works okay. For integrations that are not Forge or Connect apps, okay, we're using basic authentication right here. So we just use the straight up site URL and then REST API 3. Let's. All right, now we need our custom field. Oh. I love this other thing that they have now, which is if you hit Command Return, then it opens that thing that you opened in just another place. So now I am going to get the information that I need and store it. So a couple of things that I need are always fun. We have to go here. And if we edit the field, then we will get, starting here, is we get the field ID right here. Okay, and then how do I get... There we go. That's 10739. All right. I wish I had a way. Well, I guess I do. Hold on. I just thought about this. Let me make all of our lives easier here. Okay, so Susan, that captures the custom field options for the context. And then okay. Ah, okay, so Susan, that's what we're doing. That's the whole process right there. So now I'm going to put all the links together so that we have everything on how we're doing this. Because now that we've architected the process, now what we need to do is actually put the process together. So the first thing that we want to do is capture. Capture the custom field options, issue custom field options context. So that is a get call, and it's that list. So I'm going to try and make this easier for us as we go every time, because what we really want to do is so obviously all of this what we're doing here is I want to be really deliberate about the way that we put this together. So the more that we think about it in terms of the steps of the process, the better we can do in terms of then mapping that to what we need to do for each step. So this is going to be send web request. Actually, also. Ah! That works. Hey, machine, stop being weird. Okay. And what I'm going to do at this moment is I'm just not going to put everything in. I'm just going to slowly build it out step by step and then go back and fill all the stuff I need in. So create variable, I'm going to call this okay, fine. Go away with the numbers, machine. And well, maybe I should have numbers, but we won't do that. Okay, this is going to be create variable. Okay. So this is the key part here. So what are we going to get? We want web request, web response body is what we want. You don't want the headers or anything else. We want web response.body. And if they have particular values, like we can pull stuff out, right? So if I look at this, what does it send back to me? So it sends is last max results start at total and values. I might actually only want values, because if we're updating the custom field options, what am I going to send back? Just the values. Yes. Okay. So that's interesting. When you get the options from a context, it comes back as values, but then what you send back is you're going to send back, it's called options. So and then we're going to test this. We're going to like walk right through and test this step by step. We're gonna log, and we're basically going to log everything to the log so that we can see it happening in real time. And actually, what's interesting here is we're going to create get the value and store it at the same time. That's the way that this step works. Because we can access it directly. There it is. That's weird. Why does it do that? That's so. Oh, different ways that you can play with it. Ooh, that's new. Oh, that's so cool. They give you now the different ways that you can do this stuff. Oh, that's very, very nice. This is going to be important for us, because what we want to do, we don't need that now. We will need it next time. So issue custom field 10439. Okie doke. This is going to be the fun one. I don't understand. Oh, up there. I see what it's like. I don't need those things around them. I always forget that. There you go. Before I didn't used to tell you that. That's helpful. Are you still with me, Susan? I'm still learning to figure out where people are. It looks like it's just one person is here now. I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, it's back to just me. Huh. Oh, you're there. Okay, cool. Oh, you're over on Twitch. Right. And like nothing will show me all the things that I want them to. It's so not nice. And I'm thrilled that you're on Twitch. That's so cool. Because I think, are you on Twitch or YouTube, Susan? Okay, I don't understand when I'm on YouTube then why. Oh, you just said yes. You didn't say YouTube yet. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but like where people are. Oh, there you are. I see you now, Susan Waldrop. Great. Okay, I see. Okie dokie. So now we're creating a third variable that's going to be the thing. Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to be the tricky one. Okay, so this is going to be called. And this needs to be. Okay, let's see here. Hmm. Okay, because I have a list right now in the variable. Should be a JSON. It's actually a JSON array. No. It's a JSON object because it's a key. It's key value pairs. It's a nested JSON object. How do we manage this? Let's take a look at the details here. All right, let's take a look at what we get back again in the API. So we get back ID and value. So the following things we have to do. We need to increment the ID, and then we need to put in the value that we have. And it needs to go inside the object that we get. And the object we should get, I believe, is this. We are now reaching the point where it's time to start testing what we get back. So we will pull new context options out for the moment. And instead, now what we're going to do is we're going to start here by when we get, I think, how do I send it this? Let me take a look again. When I get it, oh no, I'm just going to send the option. That's going to be totally fine. I don't even have to do any of that. Ha ha ha. Nice. Oh, field ID is 10438. Context ID is 10739. Okay. This is where we're going to store. Okay, and I think the way that this works is that I don't need, and anybody who's, if there's anybody around, I'm trying to think here, what we need to do is when we put in the user ID information here and we put the API key in, I think we do not need to URL encode it. I think it will take care of that itself. We do need, let's see, send request. Send web request. Are you going to tell me? You are not. Send web request. Let me just look. I have this somewhere. I'll do this with Jira. Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't think that we had to base 64 encode it. Apparently we do. Let me see here, because also, I'll tell you, in my mind, this is super annoying. And so what I would do, and maybe we'll do this next, actually. Like, this is the best way to do this, especially if you're like somebody who's like totally not comfortable in working at all in development. But what I can tell you is that it's relatively easy. All right, so let me go get an API token. I'm going to do that in another window. Don't ever expose your API tokens to the world, friends. Okay, it's sending me an email that I have to get because, of course, two-factor auth. Yep, there it's me. So I'm creating an API token now. And actually, I forgot. It won't show up. This should be fine. Hold on. Let me bring it over here. No, it didn't. Oh, yeah, it will show up. Cool. So everybody sees where this is, actually, is what I think is helpful. So you're going to go into your profile. You come over here if you're on the thing, just so really quick, we can walk it back for folks. You come in here, you hit profile. And then when you get to your profile, then there's another option for manage account. And then you hit manage account and you get here. So now if we're creating an API token, actually normally we might want to create it with scopes. So let's do that. So this is going to be doing all right, we're going to let it run just for a week because we're just actually, honestly, let's just do it for a day. Let's be really wise and smart here. All right, we're doing it. Oh, nope, today is the second. So, oh, really? You don't know about the third? That's really weird. All right, there we go. And we're going to be Jira here. And, oh man. We want that one. Great. Let's see if there's anything particular else here that I need to think about. Delete field options. We're not deleting field options at this point. We do want to read the options. And then we want to write the options. So we should be able to read the custom field context config. We should be able to read the field options, or we should be able to write both of those. That makes sense. We can read the field options. Yep. Read the custom field context config as well. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. So I get a token here. I'm going to take that token and I swear that I am not supposed to base 64 encode this thing, but you know. So now, how do we base 64 encode? I always forget, so we look it up. It's echo-n password under pipe base 64. So this one you guys will not. I'll tell you all what I'm doing afterwards. Echo dash n do. Then your email address. colon the API token space up down pipe. What is going on here? Thank you for space 64. I'll give an example of how this works. Okay, now I have a base 64 token. I take that, we come back here. And in our, so content type, we start with content type is app, and then here we put basic, and then we paste our API token in, and then we hide it. And that makes sure that we don't get, that way nobody can access the information. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add just one more thing here, which is going to be a log step. And because I'm just logging it, I'm just going to log the full web response here. And we can do that using web responses, which will show the last 10 web responses in the log. If you want to just get the last one, you can do web responses.last. But we're doing this from the top, so it shouldn't be an issue. Okay. And then that's going to take the body and the value, so that's fine. And then it's going to do that too. Okay, so mainly what we're doing now is testing our API call to make sure. Oh, right. We're going to do one other thing here. We're going to change our trigger. Because we're testing, we're going to set this trigger to be, weirdly, I don't think it matters. That's really funny. We'll stick with this because I think what we can do, weirdly, because I can just trigger it anyway. I can't remember. So we'll see in a minute here. Okay. Let me see if I can just run it. I could not. So, okay, so cool. That's good help. I couldn't remember, but this reminds me. So we're going to pull this out, and we're going to do manual trigger from work item. You can set who can do this. We're in a staging environment that I have, so I don't need to do that. So, but what I do, I know I don't even need to do any of this, except I am going to remove this variable because all I want to do is get the context options right now. So I'm not even going to ask it to need anything. Otherwise, like it'll prompt for input. So at this point, we're just going to go ahead and get this. Okay. Well, maybe that's not fun. There we go. Administrators, update the rule. Okay, so now I can go to IT support. Here's a ticket. And we can, oh my gosh, there's so many of these. Here it is. Where is the field now? Well, this is fun. From work item, run the automation. Where is that now? All right, let's see if we can figure out where we do this. Okay. The action tab. Okay. Manual trigger rules are moving. Am I blind? There it is. I am blind. Okay. Update color with other. All right, we triggered it. So let's go see what happened. Okay, see. Okay, yep. Let's see what happened here. You know what? Okay, client must be authenticated to access this resource. I know. I don't think you have to base64 encode that stuff anymore. I think that's the truth. Okay. Okay, this isn't helpful, computer. Come on. I was right. Basic email and then the API token. We do not need to auth it that way. Okay, so let's get back here. Let's go to the rule details. Also, well, I also did it even weirder. Whoops. All right, so this should be authorization. In here, I think I have the original one, which means everything I need is here. Oops, almost. Authorization. Oh, accept. Ooh, there's an article on this. Then they say you should do it. Answer my question. Oh, I see what's happening here. Ah, okay. Accept application. Okay, got it. Okay. Wah, wah, wah. People do all these different things. You would think that Atlassian would write a single answer that you could reference. It was like in a KB article or something. But you would be wrong. Honestly, I'm going to be that person. Oh, no, I should do that. There we go. Okay, now update it. Now we'll flip back to the issue to our little later. And let's see what we get. Well, it didn't answer me yet. It's true the automation rule was edited, but what I would like to see is it just ran there. Nope, still errors. What do we got? See, interesting. Interesting. I've ran into this before. Yeah, I still okay. We're gonna try that one now. Okay. Actually, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna try something else because I have documentation somewhere. Here's what I want. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Something with a manager here. I know that's what I've done. This documentation here. Oh gosh. This is so annoying. Oh, okay, let me just take the whole thing and I'll add it again. So that's what this one says. Basic email token. This one says, oh, cool, my network changed? That's fun. No, it didn't. This one says, headers authorization basic. Like, okay, we're going to find out. It's very confusing that there are like 3 different versions of this. Yeah, this is the problem. Let's see here. What did this guy say? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Basic API token. Wait, Joe, is that with encoding the API token? Like is that encoding on base 64? Or just taking basic and the API token and not even using your email address? Somebody knows. Somebody knows. Oh, which one? Oh no, tell me exactly which one you're using. Joe, could you tell me which way specifically you're doing it? So that you can just like type it out specifically so I know which one. I mean, it looks like everybody's saying here email address, API token. Unless I don't know how to type tokens. Okay, got it. All right, let's get back here. So we've got I think that's right for that too. Let me see. Accept application JSON. Yep, that's correct for that. Okay. So we're using a get. So this is accept. And then the authorization should be, let me get the rest of this out of here. I'm just making sure that I encoded the whole thing correctly. And like, unless I'm crazy, I'm pretty sure I did. Email at atlassiancommunity.com and the whole thing. So then this is my API token here. Single space in between the two of them. You do that, and then it is, I don't need to have that. I have basic space the token. Okay. Basic space token. There it is. No body, because all of the items we need in here are in here with the field ID and that. Okay. That should be everything. I'll make sure one last thing here. Just be very careful. This is one other piece that I could be screwing up on. So the URIs are this. Oh, you know what? No, like literally, this is an ad hoc API. I don't need Jira in there. So it should just be what we have REST API 3. Yep. And then a resource name. Okay. I'm a site admin. I have like all of the pros and the answers. Let's just make sure that that's correct too. Okay. Yeah, that means I'm the okay. Let's take a look at me really quick. Oh, I do know the other thing it could be. I just thought about this. And this is actually what it is most likely. So let's come back into here. I now know what it is. Most likely is the problem. Oh, gross. Why did you do that? So this is maybe one of those times where I got a little ahead of myself. Oh, yeah, this again. I don't know all of the scopes that are absolutely 100% necessary for this. So just to be safe, we're going to create an API token with no scopes. You wouldn't normally want to do this, but this makes sure that we don't have to worry about whether we have the right scopes in there. And actually, there we go. Oh, wait, it didn't. Oh, I know what I did. Okie doke. Here we go, friends. We're going to make this happen now. No. This is good. Ah, ha, 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 yay. Field ID must start with custom field. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. We're on track now, friends. We need to edit this rule. I should have thought about that. It's needed everywhere else that way, so. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Well, oh, right. Here we go. Well, oh, I know what's going on. It's interesting. I wanted to add this there, and it says it doesn't want to. So what's going on here? Let's see. Um, okay, let's start with just straight up. I don't know why it doesn't want to do web responses, but we'll do web response dot body. Oh, also, though, there could be one other thing here that's probably happening here. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, that's fun. Something went wrong on our end, it said. This time it did not say that. There we go. There we go. Look at it. We got it. Okay, so now what we need to figure out how to do is to effectively, and I'm open, Joe, if you have any ideas here. We're all okay, so we've got that part. So let's get back into this now. This is good. So we'll go back to the rule. So current context options should now contain that information every time it runs. So the next thing we do is that we go ahead and actually we can just test that too really easily, which is, ooh, that could be a weird way to do this. So actually let's go look at the audit log. What it gave us? It gave us the whole thing, max results, and then the values gave us all of these things here. So what we'd like to see now is just the values. So back in the rule details, this should actually be is response.body.values. So then we would go, as always, add a component and then audit log. Oh, current context options. There we go. So we'll update it again. We'll head back. We'll run it. Now we'll go back to our audit log. There they are. There they are. There's all four of them. This is good. So now what we want to do is get the value from our this might not be too bad actually. I just have to remember how to use concat effectively. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this nice color option. Okay, so now for our first time, Susan, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to create a where's colors? Why did we put it on? There it is. No. Oh, it's because it was an IT help one. That's why. Yeah. It might show up right now. No, that's fine. We can walk it all the way back there when we're ready. Yep, orange and lavender are in there. We have the important thing that we need. It's not critical. Okay. Now we have ITS 6255. So now we can go there. And over on this side, we have our colors, other, and that for now. Cool. Okay. A couple of other things we need to do, I just realized. First, we need to get the ID value of this last set because that ID value is the one that we need to increment up. So let's look here. Okay, so if we did this and we thought about it like this, because JSON functions are just text. Oh, wait, here we go. It's also a list. That's the other fun thing, is these are lists. So, what we actually want is the last ID. That's what we want. I think that will work. Okay, I think what we can do is I forget how the nesting works, so we're going to find out here. The last .id. Okay, cool. Let's try that. I don't think we have to do any weird nesting because we don't do it there. Just sort of all lives together. No, I didn't get it. Why didn't I get it? Hmm. What are we using these dollar signs for in here? Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Oh, that's to. The JSON functions, right? So we're getting JSON stuff out. Customize multi-select one attribute of an object in a JSON key value pair object. So web response. Okay. Ooh, cool. Hold on. XML to JSON. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, hold on. Here we go. JSON string to web response body. Let's go take a look at this. So it returns this guy. And then it has this. These are key value pairs. Yes. Okay. Well, no, because why does it? It doesn't. That's so. It's weird. It doesn't return this quite the same way as I'd expect. Values, and then it gives the values. So it's returning an object. Actually, it seems like. Yeah. Okay. As JSON array. Well, that's number type values. It's as JSON string array. Or as JSON, not JSON string. What if I did that? Okay, no, it still gave me the whole thing. Ooh, I know. Hold on. That would mean We're getting closer, I think. No. What if we try this? I really think I've gone too far on that one, Susan. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. I mean, I know that this whole thing will work. It's just like, how do I get the exact right thing I want out? Yeah, see, I'm still missing that piece of information. Okay, tell me some things about the way this all works here. Jira automation smart values. Like, what is this? Is that design for a design tool? I don't want that. I want to understand formatting smart values. Right. A mustache. Right. Okay, so I think part of the problem here is that the API. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let me see something here. I have an idea. So we want the 5 numbers after the 2-second commas. So okay. So we're working in these here, substrings. So we want the substring after the last. Yeah. After the last curly bracket open. And I think those could be kind of combined, I think. Let me just make sure. That's really unhelpful. There's a combinations one somewhere that I like, but I think what we can do is, yes. So we actually may be able to skip one here. Because that, let me just make sure of that. Options are, and we get the options here. What happens if I do this? Just so I'm intrigued. feeling very nerdy at the moment. Sweet. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Okay, we're cooking with gas now. Because what we actually will do is wait, can I do this next one? This might be pushing it too far, but let's find out. Substring after, oh no, between. Substring between, yeah, okay, so let's grab this. I think that just might work. Let's go hit the audit log and make sure I was looking at what I saw right. So we get an equals and then immediately that. Okay, yeah, so this should work. If I can do the text thing with it, then that should work. Let's see here. Okay, so how's everything going? I mean, well, Rodney, I don't know if Rodney you're still here, but like, folks, we are ripping and rocking through this. I think we're gonna get it here. Let's go ahead. Let's find out. Pop back over here. What's wild is we're like halfway through this thing, but this is great, Susan. We're gonna do another session later this week because I'm having too much fun with you right now. So here we go, and we're going to run this automation. Okay, let's hit the audit log. Ah, no. Oh no, but that's okay. I know why this is happening. That's okay. So this is easy enough to fix. That's happening because I just combined one too many steps. So, okay, now. That should work. Let me just make sure I've got the structure correctly. So kernel option substring dot substring before or between thing. Yeah. Okay. Susan, we have the number now. We have the number. So now the next thing we do. All right. We're almost at time. So Susan, we're halfway there. Um uh we will connect and continue this. I'm going to put this together. I will add it in a link to the event as well. I have the the notes over here that we'll need to put together because it's clearly more than what this is now. But what we've done now is we've broken this all down to get the ID. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to increment this ID number to one more. And then we're going to add the value, and then we're going to put disabled false, and then we're going to stick it back inside this whole block here. Oh, we're also going to need to get this total number here. That's okay. We can we probably don't need to. I think we just will push it back in with the info and it will take care of itself. So we are almost there. And in fact, this next part is a lot easier because we know the structure. And when we're pushing it, we can actually put the JSON specifically in the space and do a post. Let me just show you what that'll look like really quickly. Because now that we have the number and we have the value, actually, man, Susan, we're pretty okay. Let me think about this. Let me do quick math. How fast can I do automation smart value math work? All right, so I can just do a +1. Cool. It goes all inside the thing. Is that how it works? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I probably just put them in. Okay, great. So we have our ID and we have our color. So now we're gonna pop back in here actually because I think we might be able to knock this out way faster than I thought. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our rule details, and now we're going to come down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add another step here, and we're going to create one more variable. Dot plus. That's wild. It's just a dot plus. Of course it is. I wonder if they are actually is that stored as a number though? Probably not. It's probably stored as a string. So let me think about that really quick. There's an as number option. There it is, as a number. There we go. Okay. So 2 steps here. First, on the last ID is number. Sorry. I might have to turn this back into a string, which is wild, but so let's keep it that way. Let's see here. I'm gonna update it back to this 6255. Smack that button. Yeah. No, interesting. Okay, why? That's weird. Last ID is 10408. Last ID number is 10408. New ID number didn't work. Why? Also, why is it in a weird order? Because probably I wasn't thinking about where I put things. Yeah. Okay. We're doing math, friends. We're doing math. This shouldn't be so hard. Ah, to use a math expression. Got it. I don't know what that little guy on here? That's wild. How's this look? Oh, okay, let's see here. Oh, that's weird. Then why did you get rid of the other thing? Oh, I see what it's saying. So I do need to do that. I don't understand this little like divided thing back here on this side here. Oh, okay, great. That's exactly what I need to do. Got it. Sometimes, honestly, the internet is a winner. Math. That's what's happening here. Fascinating. So, wait, hold on. No idea's number. Oh, right. Yes, is actually this. Yeah, I got that now. That's making sense. So now we got it. We got it. We got it, Susan. Okay. So now all we have to do. Okay, let me think about this. Okay. So we're sending a web request back now. And what we need to do effectively is put some things in place. So let's go look at this, what the API looks like when we're going back. Okay. We're not even replacing one. That's interesting. We're just updating because we're adding one. If any of the options are found, no options are updated. Oh, great. Options where the values in the request match the current values aren't updated and aren't reported in the response. Which, to me, Susan, you tell me, but I think that means the only thing we have to include is the new one. Oh my goodness. I also just did so much work that I didn't need to do. It's very funny. Well, options. Show the details of the options to the. No, we do need to put the ID in. Great, that's cool. And value? Yes. Okay. This is great, Susan. This is going to be actually pretty freaking easy now. So, what we're going to do, and I'm actually going to bring. Okay, so what we need is the new ID. So I think, what do we call that? Let's just take a look here. Check out what our rule details are. So we're working with, the only question I have is whether new ID as number needs to turn it back into a string. And is there a function to turn something back into a string? To string or as string. Perfect. So what I think we should be able to do now is our last step here is, now that we have this, we're going to add one here. No, why? Why do you do this to me, machine? Hmm. Two string. Okay. Sometimes the AI lies. All right, it's not fair. Hmm. No, that's the other way. Well, I don't want that. I just want it to be, hold on, it goes into a text field. So they're saying, goes into a text field. Yeah, but I don't want that. I don't want to format it. We tried that. It doesn't work. Oh, okay. To string. I'm wanting to convert the value. So what we did was we made the value a number so that I could add one to it, right? And now I want to convert it back to a string because I'm about to take that whole thing and stick it in a JSON, like in the JSON blob. Now maybe I don't need to do that actually. Right? Like one thing it might be is I might just be able to use it as is. And so we can try that. So we'll just use new ideas number as at the moment. And what we'll do here is and this I believe is a post request. Right, no, it's a put. Okay, it's a put. And this needs to be okay. I want custom data here. Okay. So, and what I want to send is this little structure here. Where is it? I'll clear everything out once I bring it in so that it looks right, but I think that's right in terms of sending web requests. I want to check really quick. I think this is right. Nathan, let me delay execution of that. Yep. Okay, update. Okay, so this is what I was wondering. Okay, so what I need to figure out, Susan, the last thing I have to, and I have to go, unfortunately, I need to figure out how to parse the JSON when we're sending this into the variable. And I'm thinking it's really great. Include smart value in web request body JSON. Oh, do I need to put? All right, so this is the thing we need to figure out. This is the thing I need to figure out last. Maybe as JSON string. That doesn't work. Hmm. Hmm. Or maybe .json encode. Ha 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 ha. Okay, last test, and then I'm going to have to bounce. But we almost got all the way there. Let's see here. Okay, gonna figure that out. I'll have to see what that is, but we're so close. This has been really wonderful, Susan. Thank you so much for making my first Atlassian Clinic such a success. We'll pop back and I'm sure that you and I will figure this out in the meantime. And then what I'll do is when I come back, I will make sure to let people know how we did it next time. So thank you so much and have a great day, everybody. And the doctor will be in again next week.